Not certain I can balance myself on this stool for this entire time.
I got you. It's all over. We'll get you.
It's unstable without a back.
Everybody looks dry. This
I'm
is
gonna
good.
lean back.
Totally.
How'd you all stay dry?
Magic.
Very
good, yeah.
Umbrellas?
Positive thinking,
What's up? I'm Tucker 2. I'm the short one who looks like Tucker, but if anybody would like to ask a question to the band, raise your hand nicely and I'll come give you the mic.
Very nice. Oh,
Let's go.
Let's go.
hello. It was the most aggressive niceness I've ever heard.
Intentional.
Is that better?
No, not you.
Oh, that's fine. My question is for Travis.
Yeah.
So playing live with LA students, has that affected your approach to the older Coheed and Davenport material that you've had for so long?
It's just gonna be a straight answer, no.
Fair enough. I respect that.
No. I mean, it makes me better.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Playing with them makes me better because it's like, not to sound all like, it's more practice and it's like exercises other parts of my writing and melodies and stuff. So maybe some little nuances can come out of that.
Cool.
But, thanks. You know why he's wearing an eye patch? He's the one you threw the mic to yesterday. And you hit him
No, that's not why. That's not why.
Did I fuck you up?
No, you didn't. I have a
Sty.
style, yeah.
Come on!
I was just trying to be cool. Well, I can't.
Those hurt so bad.
I
Yeah.
understand
Microphones
how
hurt.
bad that must be.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I can't make him feel bad.
You didn't killed it yesterday.
I do like your style.
Yeah, you killed it.
That was,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
that was awesome.
Who's got another question?
Maybe a dumb question that I really already know the answer to, but from each of your respective bands, do you feel like each of you have kind of more creative freedom to kind of bring something different with whatever style that you use? So, like you couldn't use in Coheed or Thursday or something. Do you think you're able to bring in some new stuff, kind of showcase your style a little bit?
I think from the beginning, without having any material written for this band, I think we were all able to kind of approach this without any thought of like, oh, is this a Thursday song or is this a Coheed song? So I think that was the most liberating part of the whole writing process. I think was just being able to say like, fuck it, this is this crazy part I wrote. I don't know what it's gonna be, and just throwing it out into the group and everyone just jumping on it. So I think we were able to kind of get some stuff out, and maybe that'll help us approach other projects in a different way without having to feel like, well, I have to force or I want to play a certain thing but it doesn't fit. Like this is a great way for us to just kind of like be whoever we are as individual musicians and not have to worry about what it's going to turn out to be. There's like no set goal for any of the stuff you write, which I think was a really big part of why we're so passionate about what we're doing.
Not to like go on about it too much, but that aspect of like creative freedom that you say, think about that. Creative freedom. Like what limits you creatively? You're only limited by yourself. The creative landscape is endless. It's endless. There's no like beginning and end to it. It's like whatever you can dream. You're only really limited by yourself. And sometimes the people around you are what really affects where you allow yourself to go creatively. And you can have I'm sensitive, and I've had literally like 2-3 hardcore experiences with people that I'm writing with, and then I can't open myself up around them the same. And that might be my fault, but being in a situation where you're with people who trust you ultimately to do what you do to the best of your ability, to the point where you're happy with it, where you're like, yeah, I can sing this, I can play this, I can be this is all for me. And that's a good thing. And the people around you really are what set that landscape.
Excellent.
Come to the front.
Hi, I'm Blake. My question is for Anthony. Adam Mazzara still has his hair. Why?
It's a wig.
They have a security guard on tour with them named Worm, who's a big boy.
You just shave him too.
I also, after I said that I was gonna shave his head yesterday, I turn around and his eldest son is like watching our entire set. And
Who
at
is
the,
taller than all of
he's,
us.
he's also more of
Yeah.
he's more of a man than I am. But I felt so bad when I said that. And I looked over at him, and at the end of the show, I was like, I'm sorry I said I was gonna shave your dad's head. I promise I will. I love LS students. I was like, thanks. I'm so lucky for that.
Do you know that I actually shaved Adam's head, like, I don't know, 2006 or something like that?
And it grew back?
Really?
And it grew back.
I might actually try and go out and just shave a little bit of the back of his head.
Yeah, you do that, there we go.
Just like
You can't announce it. That's the problem.
I know. I can't say it.
You gotta get a decoy.
Yeah.
Someone else with clippers approaches him and he
I'll
turns
get
away
Frank
and
to
then you're
take him on
there.
one side.
But I want you to have like those Brutus the Barber beefcakes.
Like a hedge clipper.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're the first person I saw when I got off the bus today.
Oh, cool. This is another one for you, Anthony. What's the most memorable fan interaction you've ever had?
Whoa. That's hard. Because I've been so fortunate to cross paths with so many incredible people doing this job. And it's like one of the biggest perks of doing this is you get to meet just so many incredibly different people. You get to learn a little bit from all of them. I will say that there was a fan that I met years and years ago as a young kid coming to the shows with their mom, who stayed a part of my life in a way where like I sort of considered them somebody that I thought about, you know, like off and on, like I hope they're okay. You know, I knew they were going through stuff in their life, and seeing them grow up, seeing their relationship with their parent change and himself. There were times in my life where I needed to go to them to ask them questions about shit that was going on with people that I loved, that I cared about in my life. And so having that interaction and having somebody personally I knew that was going through certain things that I could reference and call up and be like, hey, I have a kid that's going through some shit and I don't know what to do about it. Like, can you help me with this? Like, how is the best way you can imagine this being handled? That was invaluable for me. And so that's like something that stands out in my mind a lot. But every little interaction I get with everybody feeds my life force.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Even just like seeing somebody in the morning and smiling.
I'll pass it to you as soon as I'm done, I promise.
Hi y'all, my name's Matt. This question is just for whoever's brave enough to answer it, but what's your most controversial political opinion? No, I'm just kidding.
It's spicy.
Just again, for whoever feels comfortable answering it, what do you see as, I guess, the future, the scope of this group, considering that a lot of you have other groups that you're a part of and active in? So, thank you.
I could say, I mean, we seem to not be able to stop writing. So, you know, I don't think there's a ceiling for this band in any way, shape, or form. So as long as we still are inspired by one another, which I don't ever really see stopping.
We support that answer.
I was talking to a friend of mine recently about their really specific categories of people where you get to skip the social niceties and just like get right the fuck to the point. They're like your priest, or like if I'm at work, somebody comes in like, hi, I don't ask every day, but I say, hey, does it hurt when you hurt me? And like, you guys are almost not real people. You've been performing so long.
Not true. That's a common misconception, but not true.
Not finished with.
I'm just saying.
You are real people, but does it ever get exhausting to be somebody who's up on a pedestal? Like, do you want to get down sometimes?
You just want to make music.
Is that awesome? Is that
You just want to play music and share music with people
You never wanna
without
talk
that
music?
other thing, unnecessary thing that just spoils it.
Yeah. It's never like the art or the the thing that you're making that you get tired of. It's the travel you get tired of. It's the people expecting their like the thing that they've made up in their mind about you that you could never live up to because it's not a real thing. Like that's exhausting.
Imagine that. Imagine like days upon days of your life where you interact with people who are expecting something from you and you're not quite sure what that is.
And then you feel like you disappoint them.
And and you're actually a psycho who thinks that you're always bumming everybody out.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Now we think we all share
But
that too.
you really like playing music. And it's a freeing thing. And that's the only way you get to do it. It's like a trade-off.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Frank, this is probably for you more than anybody else. How do you come up with a song riff by playing just those strings at the end of the guitar?
Oh
And
yeah.
As soon as I hear that one string, it's like that other song where you hear one note, you know what it is.
Yeah.
He just imagines me. he brings me into his consciousness and then he just riffs and he comes out.
He's like, here's Anthony.
It depends, you know, like well that I think comes from, you know, somebody asked me a couple of days ago, like how do you know, if you hit like writer's block or something like that, like how do you get out of your comfort zone? And sometimes it's as easy as doing something like that. Like, all right, I like to set up like challenges. All right, we have to write a song, but it has to, you can't play the guitar over the pickups. You have to play it in a different place. And then for the chorus, you have to use 6 chords. Like something that doesn't make any sense. And it's like, all right, how do you figure yourself out of that box? And in doing shit like that, like, you know, it doesn't become work anymore. You don't become like daunted with like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I'm not inspired, because it's not about inspiration at that point. It's about solving a puzzle or a riddle, you know? Thank you. Yeah, and if you can do that and come up with something that sounds iconic or like not like anything else, or that's so recognizable that you don't even have to hit a note, kind of fun. Oh, thank you.
Also, dude, it's like I feel like every time you pass a guitar, you pick it up.
Oh, you have to, yeah.
And I think
they're all different.
And like Travis too, it's like when you do that, and I think all of us, you know, anytime I pass drumsticks or a drum, I have to examine it because I'm fucking crazy and obsessed with it. And the more you do that, the more you get inspired by a certain piece of gear or an instrument. Everything makes you play differently.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's, if you practice a bunch, you're bound to come up with something that no one else has come up with. So.
It's kind of just for anyone. I just want to know what y'all think, like, either your dumbest or weirdest tattoo is.
Oh man, that's hard. Quite a few dumb ones.
This is my dumbest tattoo.
What you got?
It just says hot bar. Upside down cross for the T.
Yeah, mine is this fucking stick and poke that you can't see and it looks like a fucking square. That's all.
That's cool.
Oh, there you go.
I have a Starbucks logo tattoo.
That's
I don't even drink
that
Starbucks.
square stick and poke. That's like classic. Give yourself your first tattoo.
That's what it was. 'Cause
Punk
it was
kid.
supposed to be a calendar that was like October 31st. You used to be able to see
It's
it.
the marking of a cool person.
Okay, but I want to know where the Starbucks tattoo is.
Where?
Yeah.
I don't. It's one of these legs. I don't know.
You don't even remember which one.
I think it's the right one.
But are you getting royalties from Starbucks? Free
Fuck no.
marketing.
Is it free coffee? No, not even free coffee.
Walk in. Do I get a
My
coffee?
favorite thing about like the Starbucks free coffee is like you go in, you buy a cup of coffee, and then the barista's like, "I'm such a huge fan. I just can I get a picture?" You're like, you could have given me a coffee.
You obviously knew
you obviously
before I
knew,
paid.
yeah.
Like you know, there's a button on that thing that just says like, fucking
Friends and family.
Cop that coffee shit.
That was their moment.
Yeah, what a huge fan.
That's $30 for
Is
that
there any of
coffee.
you baristas out there?
Let's start questions.
Hi.
actually, I've had this on my mind for a while. So 2022 was on Boom Done. First, I believe, how did that kind of end up on Past Lives?
It was an accident. It was my bad.
Okay. Well,
I didn't think it would be. I honestly, it was an accident.
They're both really beautiful.
I didn't think it would be a big deal, and I sent the record out like to our management that we were working with at the time, like before it came out, being like, "Hey, is this cool?" And that was the first song on it. And so I figured it would have got caught if it was like a big thing, and I thought I fucked up. So when it came out after like a week of it coming out, I pulled it wherever I could and try to just focus it as a Dunes track.
Well, I think we both love those versions of them. They're great. Thank
I
you.
like the Dunes version better.
Yeah. I like the acoustic version.
Hopefully we get to hear it.
Yeah, we just did a new version of it.
The newest version is my favorite.
Mic it this way. Woo! 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 Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hello.
If you could have any superpower in the world, for each of you, which would it be? Or maybe a couple, if you have like two you can't.
Perfect pitch.
Yeah.
Want control time.
Control time?
Yeah.
No bad days.
Ooh, that's killer.
Give me a second. You go first.
I'm gonna cut back. I'll just
Yeah,
go.
I want 1 second.
I
Just
want
super
to-
fast.
And you're done. I don't know. I'll fly. Let's go that. I'll go flying.
Heck yeah.
Now you can only bring.
Can't believe you picked flying.
The right to be able to
So selfish.
just become invisible.
Invisibility?
Yeah, invisibility.
Classic.
Drift around, be invisible.
That's
yeah.
creepy, dude.
I thought about how creepy it is, but then I thought the good outweighs the bad.
For you.
For me, not for you. I know. I'm watching.
He could come get your chips from you.
What's that?
He could just come snatch the chips
I
from you.
know. But then I can control time and get them back. That's the thing.
Come on, y'all raise those hands. I'm
Heck
sure.
yeah.
The left side is heavy.
Here we go.
Okay.
Dude, controlling
Thank you
time
so
would
much.
suck.
You can like go backwards and redo things and then pause it.
You
I
could
want
jump
to change
forwards.
mine. I want to change mine. I want to change mine.
You do it
Okay.
To be
forever.
able to,
What?
to just like,
Travis thinks this
you
is
know, beam
really.
me up, Scotty. What is
Travis thinks he's really taking the
I
superpower.
want to teleport.
Teleportation.
Travis thinks he's really taking the superpower.
I want to put my kids to bed and teleport back to stage.
Oh, that's killer.
There you go.
I love that.
Yeah. I had to get wholesome. Because everybody thought about me watching them when they're It got weird in my brain too. So.
You could do both.
This is exactly what it's like to text message Travis. He'll be like, I want to be invisible so I can watch people and be creepy. And then, like, as it goes, he'll start to figure out that that's weird. And then he'll I think we're all, like, moved on to something else.
And his other superpower of giving him a second lets him answer that.
Yes.
So I need all three of those.
Heck yeah.
Okay, I have a really serious and hard-hitting question.
Jesus.
Brave enough to answer, please. What's your favorite My Little Pony?
Do we have options? I don't know. What are the options?
What are some of them?
Twilight Spark?
Yeah! Sorry. Applejack guy.
Just pick a favorite color.
I want to change my style.
He needs a second.
I want to be a My Little Pony.
My little jabroni.
So first off, I wanted to explain my shirt.
I was going to ask you, what's your shirt mean?
I was scared to ask you, actually. I resigned not to know.
It's a SpongeBob reference, and it was kind of tying in with like the whole ice cream truck thing. I wanted something like funny because I didn't have any Doom merch, so I was like, you know what? Anthony burnt my shape. Also, why?
I like it.
How could you?
I like it.
I thought it said snake at first. I was like, damn, what happened there? See him with like a magnifying glass.
Diamond teleport.
That was like the third,
Hold on.
that was the third thing I saw when I woke
I'll
up
be back in a
today.
second.
Was Anthony Green burnt my shape.
What did you wake up to?
Yeah, I got back in my bunk.
And also,
You're like, oh fuck, what did I burn?
What
did I
did
do?
a question too. So I'm going for a career in like entertainment technology, stuff like touring. Do you have any advice?
Show up.
Get as much experience as you can.
Yeah.
And be cool. I think that's one of the things we were talking about.
Be
Just
nice,
in
be
general
cool.
is, you can be good at what you do, but being able to get along with people and be aware of the fact that your actions actually affect so many other people on a daily basis. That's probably priority number one.
95% of this job is like being a good hang and figuring out how to solve a problem on the fly. That's the biggest. Like nobody else knows what the fuck they're doing, but you can fake it till you make it if you're chill.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Fake it till you make it if you're chill.
Yeah.
Okay, so like every time I ask somebody this question, they were never able to answer, so this is for all of you guys. Objectively, what is the best movie you've ever seen?
Oh, best movie?
Mhm.
Die Hard.
I'm gonna say maybe There Will Be Blood.
That is a great movie.
Or No Country for Old Men.
That's
Yeah, I'd be tied up between those two. Coen Brothers fucked me up.
Yeah.
Fucked me up so good. On any day. On anything they've ever done.
I'm gonna go with Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
Heck yeah.
Or Fight Club.
Perfect movie. Silence of the Lambs is literally a perfect movie.
That's a fucked up movie. That's perfect.
I'd probably go with The Shining. It's one of my favorites.
Shining's literally a perfect movie.
That's good.
Every movie, perfect.
Now what? I'll go comedy.
Except
I'll go
for
with my
Shi-
favorite movie,
Ace
The
Ventura?
Jerk.
It's hard
Yeah,
to watch.
Ace Ventura. No, The Jerk is my favorite, but
The Jerk is great.
it's a great
The
comedy.
Jerk is fantastic.
But or Alien.
It's hard to watch The Shining knowing that it broke Shelley Long for me.
Yeah.
Like I love her so much. She's incredible. Like she's just like a one of a kind human being, And the fact that that movie broke her into 1,000 pieces.
I think
Now,
Popeye broke
now
it.
as yeah, Popeye.
Popeye broke it. Popeye broke a lot of people.
Yeah. As an adult watching that now, I feel weird watching it knowing that it destroyed her.
Yeah, it's
But it is a perfect.
Hey guys. So this is for kind of Frank, but also all of you. Starting with Frank. So you mentioned before that you have synesthesia, like mixing the sound and like seeing colors. So I'm wondering for LS students, whether it's the record or songs, are there any that you think of as a specific color? And then the rest of you, I don't know if you have synesthesia, but if you associate any of your music with a certain color, what is it?
Yeah. Like Benadryl subreddit is tan. I don't know why. A song like Blender is like a maroon for me. They're all a little bit different, but I think collectively, like Past Lives does feel orange, and the EP that we just finished does have like this weird dusky like blue and brown to me. Yeah.
I didn't know you had synesthesia. That's awesome.
I had no idea either until I was like, I don't know. I just like I hear
I want
colors.
I want that shit. I want to taste colors. I want to sing in
Did
colors.
you ever read The Rainbow Goblins?
What?
No.
It's a big, huge, just beautiful book.
Rainbow Goblin?
And they're trying to eat the rainbow because they eat colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great book.
Okay.
It's good. It's this big. Massive.
Full of color.
Yeah. Just go YouTube it. It's no joke. I'm gonna teleport.
All right, don't make it weird.
Hi. What's your favorite city to perform in and be in?
Yeah. That's hard.
Depends. Sometimes a hometown show can be a beautiful thing. Other times there's just weird random places that just pop out of nowhere where you just have this magical experience. It's not like a qualified thing where it's like, almost every time I've ever been in San Antonio, I've had a good show. Almost any time I've ever been in I don't know. There's a couple places like that, but it surprises you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our first real show as a band in Orange County at this place called The Grove is probably my favorite show of all time.
Oh, it was
at
wild.
my favorite venue of all time.
That's a great venue.
Right?
It was wild.
We were screaming when we got off stage.
Yeah.
Yes!
I remember that being your favorite show, and I remember being so pissed because I felt like I didn't play as well as I wanted to, and I wanted it to be my favorite show too. But I'm looking forward to because we're playing there again on this tour, so it's like I get like a second chance to kick its ass.
You were just fine. You were just It was your time control.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go back there.
You get a do-brover.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
I'm looking over research, and I like to judge people based on their copy orders.
Oh, very nice.
I'd like to know what each of your copy orders are.
Depends. Is it free? Coffee order. Yeah.
I'm an extra shot latte. That's it. Hot, even when it's hot.
I like a shot of espresso. But it kind of makes me nervous sometimes, so I haven't really been drinking caffeine the last couple weeks. But when I do, I get fucked up.
What do you got, Travis? What do you got, Travis?
Yeah,
you
you
need
go.
a minute?
Black.
I don't.
Black hot. Travis gets a mocha frappuccino.
No, actually, I don't. I get the caramel macchiato if I'm looking for a treat coffee.
All right.
I get it with coconut milk. That's treat coffee. I prefer Dunkin' Donuts, so I'll just get myself a Dunkin' Donuts with oat milk, regular coffee.
What's ultimate flavor?
Fucking it.
Dunkin' Donuts is ultimate flavor.
American
You want to
Road.
deny it, you can. It's not. It doesn't matter.
Good beans.
It's the bottom of the barrel truth. Dunkin' Donuts.
I haven't had a coffee in over a year.
What?
Oh, I know.
He drinks Coke.
I know.
Yeah, he does.
He does drink Coke.
He
I'm
drinks
just
Cokes
like
all
no
the time.
fucking fun, man.
What?
My stomach sucks. But
Orlando
if my order is a green tea lemonade, no extra sweetener.
So good. So good.
I know. Life sucks.
Hey guys, I hope you're all having a good day so far. And my question is, I'm not really sure if you guys are like big nerds, but if you guys could envision yourself as like a D&D class, what would your D&D class be?
I don't know what that means.
I'm still thinking Dunkin' Donuts, so that's a D&D,
Ultimate
right?
flavor.
So like a warlock, then, right?
Goat milk latte for him.
I don't know anything about D&D, but it seems like it'd be really fun to learn. I just think I was always too stoned.
You know, actually, that's the best time to play.
My whole life that I would like come in contact with D&D people, I was always pretty high when it was going down, and I was like, I'm just gonna smoke weed and just listen to you.
Yeah, so is my brother, and he plays D&D.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the perfect time to play it.
Probably.
You feel like you're there.
I'll be a warlock though.
This person right here would like to ask a question.
Front.
Hey, we got a little question up here.
Super cool green and black shirt.
Yeah.
There we go.
I thought it was pickles at first, but then I myself.
Also cool.
I just wanted to ask what inspired the Benadryl subreddit music video. Like, what made you go like, okay, Anthony is like, I just want to go drug and potentially kill the rest of my band members.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened from my perspective, okay? This is my two eyes. This is how I see it. This is how I lived it. Reading treatments, disturbed by things, and I said, I would like to make a music video where we just get in a ice cream truck and go out and give people ice cream and dance with them.
Valid.
And then later, I approved an email that I didn't read with the whole synopsis of the video in it being like, this is great.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was based on my shit, which was like, let's get an ice cream truck, give people ice cream and dance. Which I thought would be the shit. And then I just was like, oh, ice cream truck? Okay, cool, this is approved. And then like 2 days before the video shoot was like, read the thing and was like, all right, well, I guess I'm fucking drugging people and being a maniac.
I mean, the
You know?
cigarette in the, ice cream, I felt that. I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was James's ice cream.
I know.
James is the one that got the.
James.
Also, fun fact, last day I had a cigarette. I'd actually hadn't smoked for a week. I hadn't smoked for probably 2 weeks leading up to that. I got 2 vapes in my pocket, so don't. I got one in each pocket, so don't applaud me.
Accountability.
But I had quit smoking and then smoked a couple cigarettes for that video and was like, this is disgusting. That's what I deserve.
I'm questioning.
Yes.
Unless I can talk loud enough.
Wait, just pass that mic. Let's just
Okay,
keep it in.
So for all of you, who is actually with your solo projects? Yeah, has toured the longest? My guess is Thursday,
Probably.
but I also thought with you with Seosin.
No,
I didn't know who actually
I
toured
was
the
I
longest.
was seeing Thursday when I was 16. So and
See, that's
Thursday
what I
was
thought.
a nationally,
Yeah, I think you're
internationally touring band when I was 15, 16
Yeah,
years old.
I think that's right. I think that Thursday were the ones that were, out and going into different states. And,
Yeah.
and yeah, they were
You're the one
first.
that seemed like first.
Literally
and most,
inspired
but I
all
didn't
of
know
us.
for sure
Oh, totally.
Who actually had toured the longest?
Thursday.
There
Without
are
Thursday,
actually
there was no
Thursday fossils
Mike
every city that you can unearth.
Yeah, I guarantee I wouldn't have a music career without Thursday. Guaranteed.
How does that feel, Tucker and Tim, to hear that?
Weird.
You know what's strange
Guys
is
here.
when I was a kid, before I joined Seosin, I went up to Tucker after a show and talked to him and was like, hey, I heard you toured with these guys, and used it as an excuse to talk to Tucker on Thursday, and he was so nice to me and convinced me that I should join this band and that I should was so kind.
Well, you were like, what do I do? And I was like, well, first of all, stop trying to move.
Yeah.
Leave this town.
Yes.
Move to LA.
And I was on the fence about doing it. And he was so nice to me. I was just some dumb kid.
But you weren't. You had this thing. You always had this thing about you. And
Aw.
I remember being like, oh, I like this little guy. You literally were a little guy.
Yeah. I can be a little guy.
Now you're just an older little guy.
Time for 3 more questions. You, and then up to
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm nervous with public speaking. So, alternate universe, if you had a clear, hollow prosthetic leg that you had to wear, what would you fill it with?
Wow. Stem cells.
Love helping others.
I'm right to candy. I don't know. I'm like peanut M&Ms.
I was thinking some gummies.
Right to goldfish.
Gummy worms, maybe.
Aquarium.
Yeah, I'd have an aquarium.
Coffee.
To clean it. But I'd
Coffee.
Like a,
Traumatic for the
like a
fish.
clear prosthetic.
Yeah, it would be.
With an
That's
aquarium
what
inside.
I'd have a real leg inside of it.
Stem cells, they would
Somebody
somehow
grow back.
Whose leg would you steal to put it?
Somebody with 3
Surrounded
legs.
by a bunch of dancers' legs up here, so I don't know. All these are good. Good yams.
These are old
yams.
legs. You need new legs.
Yams? Yes.
Young legs. You need young legs.
I feel like I don't have to use the mic, but I'm right here. I was wondering if there's a certain song or band that inspired you guys to do what you do.
Man.
There's so many.
Yeah. It's a hard one. I feel like it's just amalgamation of the experiences that you had or the records that you loved growing up. I remember early on, I wanted to write songs really, really bad. And so my dad got me a guitar from his guitar player in his band. And for the longest time I was like, oh man, this is really hard. I'm not gonna be able to figure this out. So I would just put it on and stand in front of a mirror and listen to my favorite songs and pretend to play. And then at some point there was a ceremony, a graduation ceremony or something shit happened at my grammar school. And I had told my friend that I played guitar because he had a guitar. I was like, yeah, I play guitar. And so that kid when they came into they were like, hey, we're gonna have an assembly. We need someone that plays guitar. Does anyone play guitar?
Holy shit.
And my friend was like, oh, he plays guitar too. So I had to learn it. And it was fucking awesome. Like I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? This is crazy. I mean, it really was probably a span of like 3 months, but it was such a feeling of like accomplishment, you know, and a confidence booster.
Yeah.
And then going to see like, you know, local shows of like kids that were my age putting on shows, and like the bands that were like my age, so it was like, fuck man, I can do this. This is crazy. Yeah, and that was the big thing. It wasn't like a specific song or a specific like, you know, band. It was just the experience of knowing that you could accomplish something and do something like that.
I remember being like in 7th grade and watching Green Day and like listening to Green Day and being like, I could do this. You know what I mean? And like watching them on MTV, because I like used to play that shit. They would play. I remember this one concert that like watching them at like 7th grade and watching them play this concert and being like, fuck, this is like, that looks easy. Not easy, but like it looks attainable. And like being really inspired by Green Day at like a weird time in my life, like before I could go to like shows by myself and shit like that. I remember really loving that band and like watching them and like learning how to play their songs by watching them on TV.
For me, it was skateboarding. I remember, you know, all I did when I was a kid was skateboarding. That's how I learned about all of my music, was through like Thrasher magazine, watching skate videos, like loving that alternative culture. Yeah. And then I convinced my mom when I was 14 to drop me off in a really horrible fucking neighborhood in Trenton, New Jersey, City Gardens.
Oh yeah.
To see the Bouncing Souls, and I was like the youngest person there, and
it's also
by myself.
Really bad place.
Yeah. It's a fucking terrible place.
Really bad.
My mom's insane for doing it, but I just remember like being scared in the back and just watching this and being like, I'm terrified, but this is so cool. That just stuck with me. Bouncing Souls.
Yeah.
It was one of my first shows too. Swinging Out was Bouncing Souls.
Weston Bouncing Souls Pipeline.
Yeah.
That's a common phrase.
How about that? You should tell Greg.
No?
It's your turn, Travis.
I do have actually a specific moment that I remember. My father was a songwriter, so there was guitars around all the time, and I grew up watching music, listening, but I didn't really connect with it. Like I remember I was probably about 9 or 10, and my father had a lot of acoustic guitars around, and I saw the video for Patience by Guns N' Roses, and I looked at his guitars, and I was like, oh, it's the same kind. And so I picked it up, and as far as I was concerned, in the next hour I had 15 songs. You know? Like it was just even going blang, 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 blang. I was like, oh yeah, that's a tune. It's called what's that? Yeah, it's like DJ Khaled with the Bob Marley guitar.
He's not the best.
No. But yeah, that was a moment, like, because from then on I just kept playing, and then I wanted the electric. And for me, it really was just also a lot of being able to collaborate with friends. You know, I was in a lot of bands from very early on, and we would cover songs and stuff like that. Like, you know, whether it be covering a Violent Femme song or a Misfit song, or like, you know, just it was about learning those songs and getting better that way.
Oh, now I have to
Yeah,
go?
you gotta go. You're on the hot seat.
Yeah, I remember me and my friend in elementary school would always just talk about starting a band, but neither of us even played an instrument. We would just like pretend. And then he decided that he wanted to play guitar, so I couldn't. And then I remember actually getting Jane's Addiction, Ritual de lo Habitual, and just hearing the bass on that. Eric Avery was a huge influence for me. And I was always just like too self-conscious to just do it. And then my mom just signed me up for bass lessons one day because I never shut up about it. And then I just sat in my room and just like listened to everything from, you know, Jane's, Green Day, Operation Ivy, anything, Fugazi, and just learned literally every single bass line I could. And then it wasn't really until Thursday started that I was actually in a band. It was something I always wanted to do, but that was the first time all the pieces kind of fell into place. But yeah, I mean, just music in general, I think, is huge in all our lives from a really early age.
Thank God you did, because you are the foundation of this entire band.
Yeah.
He's-
And it's interesting that you mentioned Eric Avery, because that's always what like a lot of the songs, how they come about.
Yeah, you
dudes,
definitely have that
consider
style.
They consider it to be a very Eric Avery kind of, not that you're biting the style.
Oh, I'm certainly. I certainly do.
No, but once you think about it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not so on the nose.
And now that you can fly to his house,
I know.
whatever you want. It's a superpower to fly.
I get there first because I can teleport.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
And no one will see, right?
I'm straight invisible. I'll see what he's doing before he even knows he's doing it.
We have time for one more question, and we're gonna do a group photo.
Cool.
Frank and Anthony, do you have a favorite chewing gum?
Oh man.
Whatever Franks gets right before he goes out on set every night.
Trident spearmint.
Wait, have you ever had grape Big League Chew?
So
Yeah,
good.
yeah, man. My kids
So
good.
We were
Already had a
like
big
sick of
bag
it like
before we
30
left.
seconds into the fucking set, dude.
What's that?
And the flavor goes away in like 30 seconds.
True,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
the
is
same
Yeah, but
with
it's,
the
when
Gatorade.
best gum.
it's really good when it lasts.
James
a good
and I were
30
talking
seconds.
about the Gatorade gum. That goes like in 2
The Gatorade
minutes
gum
tops.
is fucking delicious.
2 minutes. It's
too.
amazing.
That's still
2
around?
minutes. It
The
goes
gum
away.
that's inside the lollipops, so good.
Oh, yeah.
Burns out quick, but it's
Yeah.
Turns into
Worth it.
dust.
And then sticks to your teeth.
Yeah.
No, Trident. Don't listen to that. It's spearmint.
His favorite's grape Big League Chew. That's the answer.
All right, so this is a very large group. If everybody can take about